We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Hello and welcome to La La Land on LA Talk Live. I'm Brett Chapin, and thanks for joining us on La La Land. This is the only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists. The only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists on episode 196. And we have a pretty killer show today. We've got Mr. Scotty Dickert going to be talking with us.
Okay, cool.
He's an actor. He's a musician. He kind of does it all. Muse, be quiet, Muse.
Let's get the music out of there.
Yeah.
They had enough.
Yeah.
There you go. And
What's up, man, Eric?
how you do, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, and your guest, you know, I mean, he can stand in for Thor.
He looks a little like Thor.
Yeah, he look like Thor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you ladies better watch out now.
Yeah,
You
he's
better watch.
going to tell us a little story about his connection to Thor a little later on.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
If you want to find information about Scotty, you can go to scottydickert.com. And we're going to be talking to him in just a minute. Besides that,
Yes.
what's going on in my headset there?
Well, I don't know. How's that?
There we go. You had it off for a second, and now it was back on.
I
That's
guess
all right.
because there you go. How's that?
That's fine.
There
Live
you go.
radio. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Things happen. There's a lot going on right now at Theater Palisades, getting ready to open Perfect Wedding. It is running for 6 weeks, Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday afternoons. Go to theaterpalisades.com for information on that. Also, check out my show, running 3 more performances tonight, next Friday night, and next Saturday night. It's called One Slight Hitch. It's written by comedian Lewis Black, and it's at the Raven Theater. For information on that, go to vagabondplayers.org
Cool.
for your tickets.
Cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool.
What else is going on? There's a lot of stuff going on. You know, we talk about theater a lot on the show. There's a lot of things going on with the 99-seat theater producers, and they're actually, I guess I can say it on air, they're actually planning a little march and protest in front of the equity offices coming up next week.
Yeah, because listening to your show, that's an ongoing thing. Back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been some things going on with the 99-seat plan and Actors Equity, which is the union for theater actors, and some changes going on to that contract, and some things that people like, some things people don't like. I'm not really going to get into specifics.
Let me ask you this: for those who are watching, may not, particularly like myself, may not understand what's up with the 99 seat. In your own opinion, you know, what benefits and what no benefits, what's the good and what's the bad of the 99 seat? Why you got these two sides deciding what's the best for this particular subject?
Well, I guess you can get into it. I mean, the 99-seat plan was came out in the, I believe, late 80s, early 90s, and it was designed to give actors that are in equity, the union, a way to work in theater, in 99-seat theater and in a legal way, and still be able to be paid. It worked out to where they were paid minimum $11, $12 a performance, which isn't much. And Equity has come up with a plan to pay the actors minimum wage. which is a little bit better. But in my personal opinion, I don't think the plan needs to go away. They're trying to just get rid of it. I think that it should be adjusted. It should be changed and revised. Actors can't live on $12 a show, but they also can't live on minimum wage either.
So you're telling me that these talented men and women and children do something that they like at these theaters, and they don't want to pay them at all, let alone just give them $12 a show.
Yeah. Well, they want to change the plan so that they're paid minimum wage, which basically means that a lot of producers are not going to be able to afford
to do that.
Yeah. I really think it should be, $25 minimum per show or something, but
to compensate the cost.
Yeah, because it's gas money to get out there, it's time, it's and we love doing it, and many of us do it for free, but actors should be paid.
Well, it seems like by raising the ticket prices, seems like they are scared that they won't get the crowd that they normally would get at the prices they have right now.
Yeah. And if they keep the price the same, then and they're expected to pay the actors more, it's going to be really hard for those producers
to continue to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only logical to go ahead and make that change. And I think the public would eventually, give in. It might be rough at the beginning, like, oh man, you went from whatever the price normally is to jump to 25 for these plays at these little theaters, but eventually it'll catch on and say, oh, okay, now I understand why it's this much.
Maybe. I mean, they gotta get Actors Equity to agree to something that is good for the actors.
Well, it's like a Band-Aid. Either you rip it off real quick or you gradually raise the price.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I've know that a lot of opportunities that I've had have come from the 99-seat contract. I know I've worked on shows under that contract or under that plan, and I'm very grateful to it. But at the same time, this might have worked back in '89 when things were a little less expensive. But now paying the actors the same thing and not increasing the wage with inflation, it's just it's tough. It's tough.
So the only way an actor or actress makes money if they in like Broadway or Fantasia,
Broadway or big theater, maybe a tour, maybe like the Amundsen or something like that. But even those guys aren't really making what they deserve. When you consider the directors and the producers what they make as compared to the actors, it's and it's the same amount of work directing a show as it is acting in a show. It really is.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Stick together. March on.
Just like Jesse Jackson said. Yeah. So
keep hope alive.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with all that. They're doing a march next week, and there's a lot of things going on. So it's basically a matter of getting Actors Equity to agree to something. That's good. And the plan that Actors Equity is proposing right now is minimum wage, and that's not going to work for a lot of people. And some people love the idea, but I think that the majority is
so minimum wage is what?
What is it, like $9 an hour now? Yeah. It's not much. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. We'll I'm sure we'll have some guests on in the next couple of weeks that we'll be talking about all this, and we'll see what happens.
You see, says the blind man.
Yeah. Make sure to go to Hollywood on YouTube. They're our sponsor.
There you go. Yes, Paula. Great person.
So, I don't know. We should cut to commercial here and get back to
why not?
Scotty Dickert.
Why not?
If you have any questions for Scotty, make sure to give us a call at 323-473-3100, 323-473-3100. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/LaLaLandTalk, Twitter at twitter.com/LaLaLandTalk. We take questions on Twitter during the show, so tweet us a question or two. And you can also email us at lalalandtalk@gmail.com. And we'll be back on La La Land Talk on LA Talk Live. Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That was Reasons B, the band fronted by our guest today, Mr. Scotty Dicker. Thanks so much for joining us, Scotty.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
The name of that song was Say Goodnight, and we're going to get to hear your band actually next week on the show.
That's right.
Looking forward to it.
Me too. We're pumped.
Yeah.
I was just texting the guys, and I'm like, tune in right now, guys. I'm on.
Yeah.
So you're going to be here next week.
Yeah, they can find out what it looks like in here.
Exactly.
How many of you guys are there in the band?
We have 4 official band members, and we have a keyboardist we have like 3 keyboardists that come in and out. Am I too far away? Can you guys hear me? Hello. Okay, so yeah, we got 4 official band members.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Drums, guitar, bass.
You got it, and then
you.
I'm vocals, yeah.
Very cool.
And I play harmonica.
Very cool.
Depending on the song. So.
Oh, I love it. You're like the John Popper of Reasons B.
Yeah, I try.
Very
John
cool.
Popper's pretty bomb. I saw him live a year ago. He's awesome.
Man, the guy is amazing on harmonica. It's great.
It's unreal.
But let's talk about you. We'll get into your music a little more in detail next week.
Okay, cool.
This is how Scotty Dicker came to be here, Van. I just tell you this story real quick. So I'm at the Pasadena Film Festival, and they had a block where they have different blocks where they show different groups of films together. Their block was called La La Land. Block number 17, and the film that was playing for that particular block was a film called Odd Brodsky. Very cool film, loved it. And Scotty was in there. He played a character named Spuds.
Yeah.
And it's just a really cool movie. It's about an actress and her her struggles and trying to make it. She's very eccentric, and And so, we ended up talking at the festival, and here Scotty is.
That's
So,
right. Yeah. Everything works out.
Can you tell us about Odd Brodsky, how you got involved in that, and a little bit about the plot?
Yeah, totally. I'll start with the plot. So basically, it's like a quirky comedy about a lovable loser named Audrey Brodsky, and she kind of obtains the nickname Odd Brodsky when she's a little girl. She's like terrible at everything in the arts. She's terrible at dance, ballet, singing, acting, whatever. But she has one person who really believes in her, and that's her mom. And she makes a vow when she's a little girl that she's going to become a professional actress. So she moves to LA and gets a desk job for 10 years and gets stuck in that rut. And eventually she finally gets out of it, hires a camera crew to like film her doing a reality show of her becoming famous. And she's just not that good of an actress. So, but it's really like, it's a story of, she hits a lot of roadblocks. It's an inspirational story. And we've had a lot of people come up like at film festivals, like at least once every festival, somebody's like, I hate my job. I've been thinking about quitting forever. And this is like inspiring, and they're all jacked up about it. So it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And the girl that plays Audrey is fantastic.
Tegan Ashton Cohen. Yeah. She does an awesome job. And so does Matthew Kevin Anderson. He plays the camera guy. Camera one. So.
Yes. Good stuff. It's a really unusual story, very creative.
It is. It was really well written. The cinematographer and the director, they're married, and they've been working on this. Like, they met at Sundance, and they started talking about it a couple years later. Back at Sundance, they came up with this idea for this film, and it was their baby for like 11 years, and it took years and years for them to finally make the movie. And they did it, and it's just made with so much heart. And I've worked on several films, and you can tell when the heart is put into a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
you can tell when it's just kind of tossed together. So, but this film is like one that I'm extremely proud of.
Yeah. It's you can tell. I was talking to her at the festival, and she really has a lot behind that.
Yeah,
film.
Absolutely. Cindy Bear is the director,
Yes.
and Matthew Irving is the cinematographer. And it's literally Cindy. I don't think she sleeps. She just promotes, and we just got into our 15th festival for the film. So yeah, and it's been a really fun journey, just like traveling around all over the place and going to these and doing the Q&As and meeting all these awesome people at these festivals.
I'm sure.
So, yeah.
What can people find clips on YouTube or anything like that if they want to see the film?
They can find the trailer on YouTube. Yeah. But there's, being on the festival circuit, they obviously try to keep it, not too much getting out until it's distributed out for people to see.
Sure.
So,
but check out the trailer on YouTube. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And your character is Spuds, who is her roommate.
Yep. I'm Spuds, man.
Spuds.
So yeah, Spuds is like, he's like I'm the happy-go-lucky roommate who I'm kind of a hippie, and I'm a very chill dude. And I lay back and don't worry about things in life, and everything just comes easy to me.
Yeah. He's a great character. There's a lot of positivity behind him.
A lot of positivity.
A lot of laid backness too.
Yeah, definitely. And just kind of like the complete juxtaposition from Audrey, from Tegan's character Audrey, because everything is so difficult for her, and she just like fights and tries so hard to like get there. And I'm an actor as well in the movie, so everything just like comes at me and I don't even try. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's kind of true in life, like, exerting positive energy, and that affects the people around you and can totally make a huge difference on what happens to you in your life.
It really does. It really does. You gotta be positive. Yeah. We've all known these actors that are just always depressed and always upset, and it seems like things never get better for them. Yeah. Because they're in that mindset, So it's so important to keep a positive one.
It's different for everyone, but I mean, everybody's different. Do your own thing, but I'm gonna try to stay positive.
Yeah. I think everyone should.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna tell anybody how to run their life.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean. I mean, it really makes a difference.
Exactly.
And you have so much going on right now, Scotty. It's ridiculous. Let's start with Serial Daters Anonymous. Can you tell us a little bit about that film?
Yeah, I just finished that. Let's see, about 8 months ago. And we shot in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and that's where I'm from. And one of the other leads in the movie is Sam Page, and he's from Milwaukee, and he's one of the actors in Mad Men and House of Cards.
Nice.
So they flew us back for that, as well as actress Louise Linton from Scotland. She's a model actress over there. And so we shot that. Really, really fun film to do. And so that one wrapped up. And let's see, the next project is
The Last Ship.
The Last Ship. I just
TNT?
finished a TNT show called The Last Ship. It's in season 2. And it's last year it did awesome, so I'm really pumped to be on the show.
That's great. Yeah, I've seen some billboards on that.
Yeah.
What character do you play? What do you do in the?
I'll
the
play
show?
a Southern boy. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
It's funny because I went into the audition and one of my acting coaches is like, try just go into your audition in character completely.
Yeah.
And because I want to show my personality, and I want people, I want the casting directors to get to know me and like me, and I don't want them to be like, last time you were here, you were from the deep south. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one of my acting coaches is like, just go in there and just don't drop character the whole time. So I did it the whole time, booked it. And,
That's great. That was great advice from your acting coach. You don't hear that a lot from acting coaches. Normally, they don't encourage you to do that.
I just feel like everybody's got to find their own way to do things. You know what I mean? And I'm always learning what works for me. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, I mean, I've always heard don't dress for the part, and then I went in dressed for a part once and I got it. So I guess you can do the opposite, and sometimes it works.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and the thing is, like, as well as for each actor, every casting director is different, and I know a lot of them like appreciate the effort. Yeah, because if you really put your heart into something, they're gonna notice that and want to give you an opportunity.
A little extra something never hurts.
Yeah, totally.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And how did you just jumping back because I forgot to ask you about this? How did you get involved in Odd Brodsky?
Oh, my agent got me an audition, and I auditioned for the film. I felt real good about it, so I got a call back. And at the time, actually, my grandma was not doing well, and I got a call right before I walked into the callback, and I was like not feeling too good about it. And I go in there, and then I left, and I'm like, man, that kind of bombed that one. And then I end up booking it, and on, let's see, week 2 of filming, my grandma passed away, and I called the director, and I'm like, I'm flying home, sorry. And they had rented out a mansion to film in, and it was the day after my grandma passed away. So and I just didn't think I could do it. And she's like my second mom, you know what I mean?
Sure,
and
family comes first.
Exactly. So I called her and told her that, and she was really supportive. But I talked to my family, and they're like, do your work, do your job, come home the next day. So that's what I did. And I've never felt like it was so crazy. I felt like this energy around me, and it was like literally one of the most incredible days of my life. Hard to explain.
Maybe it was grandma.
Yeah, I think it was. So,
that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw you in a Dr. Pepper commercial. It was awesome.
Thank you.
You want to talk about the connection to Thor with that?
Oh, yeah. So I did this Dr. Pepper commercial, and it was for the Avengers, the first Avengers movie that came out, and I played the character that is supposed to resemble Thor, and they had Captain America and Iron Man, and the Hulk. So,
all those Marvel guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I got to work with Stan Lee.
Oh,
so
wow.
that was really cool. And it was my favorite part of the day. The director was like, Mr. Lee, because he just came in for a little while, such a nice man. And he comes in, and the director's like, Mr. Lee, do you mind if the actors get a photo with you? And he's like, of course. And he comes up and like he gives me a hug, and he puts his arm around me, and he goes, I feel safe with my Avengers. And I'm like, Stanley, everyone.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
A legend.
Yeah,
Seriously,
it was very cool. So
commercials, you never know what you're going to get with those.
you don't. But sometimes you get on set, and it's like, wow, this is one of the cooler experiences. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes it can be a nice surprise.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. What else? The Long Way.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about The Long Way?
Yes. So The Long Way is a film that I'm shooting in Oregon at the end of May. And it's written by a writer named Josh Hamburger, and he is a phenomenal writer. And this is one of the best scripts that I've ever been a part of, and I'm so pumped for it. It's a cross-country road trip. How do I say this without giving anything away? So it's a cross-country road trip about
where something happens.
Something happens, and you're gonna want to see it. The main character, Sam, is a writer, and the actual writer of the film based the story on his own story, on his own life.
Oh. Okay.
And he took the long way from New York down to Florida, visiting friends along his way to move to LA to become a writer. And he has a serious girlfriend, and they kind of have an argument. So his best friend, Howie, me, decides to go on the road trip with him. So throughout the film, you'll be live in the moment, and you'll be experiencing what Sam is dealing with his girlfriend. She'll be in the passenger seat, and then he'll look ahead and look to the right, and it's me, Howie. So the whole thing is just like a mind game. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
It's really cool, and it's really well written.
Is she on the road trip with you guys?
I can't tell you.
Or you can't tell.
I can't say it. I'd be in big trouble.
Now you got my curiosity all up. I got to see this.
Yeah, like I said, like when I was reading it, I had chills, and
Yeah.
so every once in a while you'll be reading a script and your jaws kind of drop, and you're like, I'm going to be a part of this. That's awesome. I'm so pumped.
Isn't that the best feeling?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when is it going to be released? Does it have a release date? I mean, you haven't even filmed it yet, but
No, we haven't filmed yet.
Yeah.
It's a very awesome crew. So I know that they're gonna put their hearts into it and get her done pretty quick. So
Awesome.
Hopefully 2016.
So you can find updates on that at scottydicker.com.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then you had a workout plan that you were going to talk about.
I'm doing a web series too.
Yes. Go for it.
It's called By Night, and I'm shooting that mid-April.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very cool. It has they're going for a kind of like an American Horror Story type feel. So the characters will come back as different characters. So when you read the script and you're like, I hope I'm not the guy who dies, and then you're like, oh, it's okay, I can come back. So
yeah.
So that's cool. But
that's great.
But yeah, we're shooting that up in Big Bear area, in a scary cabin. So.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah,
it's fun working on location, isn't it?
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the best locations that you've worked on?
Well, I mean, it's always fun to travel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say, well, actually, I did a little scouting in Alaska for a project that didn't end up working out, but I went to scout with them, and that was awesome. And location scout, yeah.
Oh, very cool.
And I did a sketch comedy pilot as well as an indie film down in Tallahassee, Florida, like in the Tallahassee-Georgia border. That was a really cool experience, but that was one of the first films I've ever done.
Yeah.
But that was really, really cool. I mean, it's fun to get away and seclude yourself in a whole different world, in a different character.
Yeah, and if it's more than one day on the shoot, I mean, you're really immersing yourself in the location. You're staying
absolutely.
at a hotel close, and you're doing your thing out there.
Yeah, for sure. For that one, I was in Tallahassee for 4 months, and I was literally living in a little cabin, and it was like secluding yourself from everything. So
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How'd you get involved in the arts? Was it something that you did in high school or as a
Well, I did
child?
I did some plays and stuff when I was young, grade school, and then I got to high school and I was an athlete. I played tennis. I played Division I tennis in college and stuff, and but I played basketball and tennis in high school, and I didn't really have time for theater and stuff. And then I got into college and I got back into short films and stuff like that. And from there, I did that movie down in Florida, and it just kind of woke me up. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I moved to LA. I've been out here for 5 years and just been grinding ever since, and working my way up the best I can. So
that's great.
Yeah,
and doing really well. You're keeping busy.
Thank you. Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's easy to feel like things aren't moving fast enough.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, I'm going to be on this show today. Let's think about what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, I'm doing quite a bit of stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. We were talking beforehand, and it was like, oh, I'm doing this, and this.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So that film that you did down in Tallahassee, that was the one where you said, okay, this is what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
You didn't have that thought in high school or college?
It's weird to say, like, and obviously the way I'm talking, like, I'm kind of spiritual with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I believe in that positive energy thing.
Absolutely.
And but yeah, I always felt like I was going to do something in the arts, and I'm a musician as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know for sure what it would be, and literally in college I started thinking, wow, this is something I'm good at and I love.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went down to Tallahassee to do the film, I was like, yeah, this is it. So
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So if you could give advice to a young actor just starting out, you've been there, we've all been there, what would you say to them?
What age?
Let's say somebody that doesn't have any experience yet. Let's say they're getting ready to graduate high school.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would definitely tell them to take acting classes. Try to do scene study first, and then once you get a feel for how to act, to start trying to do as many short films and student projects as possible, because that way you get experience on set, and when you're looking to do bigger projects, they say, oh, this person can be in front of a camera and is not gonna screw it up. A director wants to know that you're gonna make their day easy.
Yeah.
So as long as you're experienced, that's the kind of stuff that'll help. But I mean, when I moved out here, I was like, going into this with the goal to be a actual professional actor, you don't think that you're going to be in classes all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
But everybody's in classes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like my coach, Margie Haber, is awesome, and she coaches some of the biggest actors in Hollywood. And I never knew it until a couple of years ago, but it's like you got to constantly be working on your craft.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We hear it all the time from, when I ask that question, it's always know your craft, learn your craft, work on your craft. It's so important.
And keep fresh,
Yeah.
Because you can be a great actor, and I mean, anybody, doesn't matter who it is, like you're going to have times where you don't have something for 6 months, a year, whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're back on set, and it's like, oh, it takes me a little bit to get back into it, you know what I mean? But if you're in classes every week and focusing on what you're doing with your life, then you're gonna be fresh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so many actors move here from wherever, and they don't have experience, and they don't go to class, and they're partying 5-6 days a week.
Yeah.
And they wonder why things aren't moving faster. But you gotta know your craft. It's
Absolutely.
so important.
Yeah.
It's so important.
And it's good to have a mix. You know what I mean? Like, I like to go out and party and stuff, and that is a great thing for networking and meeting people.
Yeah.
And being in the business. You know what I mean? So that's what I tell my family. I'm like, well, I gotta go party. It's like part of my work.
Part of the job. Yeah. Which is great. A couple times a week, a few times a week, whatever. But when you're waking up every single morning with a hangover, and you're partying 6 days a week, I don't know. It just doesn't.
And the more days
work
that go
this.
by, you gotta. It's
If you're a promoter, that's one thing.
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
an actor, it's a little different.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very cool. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We're talking with Scotty Dickert, actor and musician. If you have any questions for Scotty, make sure to give us a call at 323-473-3100, 323-473-3100, or tweet us a question at La La Land Talk at Twitter. And we'll be back on La La Land on LA Talk Live.
I'm taking my freedom
Hey everybody, it's your man Sabir Bay back on your airwaves, inviting you to join us every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Sabir Bay Show, discussing history, law, and hip-hop. Every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Sabir Bay Show, exclusively on latalklive.com. You also can catch us on iTunes Radio and R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch us and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to the Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network, and now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is...
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make.
I don't know why it cracks me up so much that we have that song in our playlist, and when we come back to it, I don't know why I think it's so funny, but it is.
Put me in, sets the mood.
Yeah, I know. It's so slow. Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. I'm Brett Chapin. We're talking with actor and musician Scotty Dickert. And we actually have a question on Twitter from our follower, Tyler Barton. Tyler's been a big fan and supporter of the show for a long, long time. And Tyler asks you, what does Scotty feel is the ratio of jobs he accepts to those he declines? Are there criteria for each?
Thanks for the cue, Tyler. I'm gonna A it.
Nice.
So the ratio of jobs I accept to don't accept. I would probably say, like, the further into my career, the more I'm able to be selective. So I would probably say that I decline, like, maybe 30% of the jobs. But also, the further along I get in my career, the better I get, the better connections, and I'll work with somebody like for instance, Odd Brodsky. I work with them and I get really close to them, and in future projects they want to work with you because it's just a great environment to be in, and everybody is comfortable and likes each other. So I guess I'm offered projects that I'm comfortable doing. So that's where the 70% comes in. And also, of course, if I get like a TV show, I'm doing that. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's nice that you have that luxury now to where you can pick and choose a little bit.
Yeah. Still climbing and progressing, but it is nice to be able to kind of make some decisions. Feel like you have a little control over your destiny.
Very nice. A great question, Tyler.
What was the second part of it?
Are there criteria for each? What's your criteria for accepting a job?
Oh, definitely. I'll do research. I'll read the script. I will research the director, see who's involved in it, and if it's a project of a director that I haven't really seen his or her work, I will watch some of their previous films or whatever they worked on and see if I like it.
Yeah.
And and this kind of goes back to advice for young actors. In the past, it was, what can you do to enhance your reel? So that you have good footage for your reel. But once you get to a certain point where you have that good footage, you have to make the decision, is this going to benefit me reel-wise, or is this just something I'm doing, to do? So you advance as your career advances. You get to make those selections.
So you feel like you're accepting jobs based on if they're going to look good on your reel?
I used to. Not
Used to,
anymore.
you
Not
don't
anymore.
have to.
Not anymore.
Okay.
And a lot of that is like, when you build another thing that is so important is building a team around you, your agent and management.
Yeah.
And trusting them. And my management company told me that there's certain projects, and I always talk to them about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, is this gonna? Let's look at the project. Is it gonna help you? How is it gonna benefit you? And if it's not gonna benefit you, what's the point? Yeah. But like I said, like getting cooler opportunities, so that's exciting.
Has there ever been a project where you read the script and you find out about it and you're just like, no way, there's no way I'm working on this?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that project without dropping names or anything?
Yeah. I'm trying. There have been a couple, but I mean, one of them was like involving nude scenes, like
okay.
And if it's,
if
it's Game of Thrones, I'm game. But if it's like a short film or something that's not gonna go somewhere, then I'd rather keep it locked down.
Sure.
But those are the kinds of things.
TV.
Those are the kinds of things, and also like I've been offered roles, and I'll watch like their previous work, and it kind of looks like it's shot on like an iPhone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's.
But you want to work with professionals.
Yeah, and I also learned that your work has to look pro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And everything that they do, like you can be a great actor, and if there's not a good editor or director, you can look not so good. Or you can have an actor who could be, who struggles a little bit, but the director gets an awesome performance out of them, and the editor cuts everything together to make it look really good. So that's the whole thing, is knowing who you're working with and trusting them.
Editors are amazing to me. I'll film something and I'm like, how are they going to put this together? And I see it later and it's cut perfectly.
Yeah.
And those guys are great.
Exactly. Or you can film something and you're like, this is going to be amazing. And then it's like,
and it's not so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So, I think that pretty much covers that question.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If not, text us.
Yeah. Please send us another
Tweet
one
us,
at La La Land Talk on Twitter. We're talking with the actor Scotty Dickert. For information on Scotty, you can go to scottydickert.com. You can also go to facebook.com/Scotty Dickert actor. Is it actor Scotty Dick? No,
Scotty Dickert actor.
Actor.
Or somehow I made that the tag.
That works.
Yeah.
That's mine too. And then go to Twitter at Scotty Dickert and tweet him. Should we talk? Let's talk about the workout plan. You had a big workout plan that you did recently.
I try not to talk about it. It ran my life. So.
I'm sure. You said it was 2 months of just not putting anything bad in your body at all.
Yeah. Well, I guess to further explain it, the kind of journey of the workout began last January.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I've always been in shape, played sports and stuff. And I kind of just started eating whatever I wanted, and I was like, I can get back into shape. So last January, I made that my goal for the year is to transform. So
great.
I mean, I wasn't like terribly out of shape, but I could, it needed some improvement.
Yeah.
So I started working out at like 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and eating healthier. But then, probably like beginning of November, I decided and talked to my team, and we decided to get like body shot photos done. So I had to buckle down and really get in shape.
Uh-huh.
And I hired a trainer. I had 2 different trainers and a nutritionist. And I literally ate for about 2 months, a little less than 2 months. I ate oatmeal with blueberries. So, all obviously weighed to know how much I'm eating.
Sure.
And then I had sweet potatoes and boiled chicken breast. I couldn't grill the chicken breast or put it in the oven.
Okay.
You have to boil it to boil the fat out.
Ugh.
Yeah. It wasn't the tastiest, but the one plus was that I got to put salt on everything.
Oh.
And
because salt's okay?
No, it depends what diet you're doing. But my trainer was a bodybuilder, and he taught me a lot of tricks that kind of blew my mind, to trick your body into, you're doing, like, if you told me that I was going to eat salt this entire diet, I would be shocked. And I was shocked when he told me. I'm like, you're sure I can eat salt this whole time? And he's like, put salt on everything. And then like 3 days before your photo shoot or before filming or whatever you're getting prepared for, then you cut all salt and you decrease your water a ton. And after every meal, here's a trick that I've never heard of, but it works. After every meal, you literally, it sounds ridiculous, but you literally stand in front of the mirror and flex all your muscles, like all the groups of muscles.
Okay.
And it literally tells your body, tells your brain to like put the nutrition into the muscles, and it makes it look like it's popping.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know if it was going to work, but it worked. So
how long you got to stand there flexing for?
No, you just like, I don't know, you just give it a pump, give it a flex
All right.
for maybe like 5-10 seconds and laugh at yourself and then go back to what you were doing. So,
if it works, that's all that matters.
yeah. But it was cool because it was a healthy way to get ripped pretty quick.
Yeah.
So didn't go on didn't take any like supplements or, do anything crazy. So
Was this for a role or just in general you just wanted to get in better shape?
This was for body shots, but it just so happened that it was good timing. That's when I booked the TNT show and stuff. So
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
And then I'm on set and like they'd be miking us up and they'd be like, "Whoa, dude!" And then we'd have like I was working with actor Travis Van Winkle every day, and I would eat lunch with him and like the director, and I'd be eating my sweet potatoes and my boiled chicken breast, and they have all this delicious crafty, food on set.
You didn't get to go to Crafty, did you?
No, so I'd just be sitting there, and it became the topic of conversation, and it was actually crazy, like how people get so into it, and then all of a sudden, like one of the network executives is sitting there, and he's like asking me all about the diet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good conversation starter.
Sometimes, Crafty, I find I always gain weight when I'm working more because of the Crafty. But
totally.
If you can stay away from that, then that's great.
Yeah, well, it's tough, but
yeah.
But it's worth
did
it
somehow.
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, but then the thing is, you got to maintain.
Right.
So
that's the hard part, I'm sure.
So I try to stay like 6 pounds above where I was for the photo shoot, and that way, if I book something and they're like, "You gotta be ripped," I can be back down in a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It only takes a week to get.
Drop
6 pounds.
I said a week or two.
Okay.
But I kind of said 2, like I was like, 2. But yeah, probably 2 weeks for 6 pounds. Yeah. It's pretty quick though.
Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most important thing for because in school you don't really learn the business side of acting. It's unfortunate you learn the craft, but I find that a lot of schools don't teach you the business side.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the most important part of the business side of acting for someone's career?
I think you cannot rely on anybody but yourself. You, like I said, it's so important to have a team around you, and they can do things for you that you can't do on your own.
Yes.
But your team wants to know that you're working hard because they're working hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's basically like taking initiative and putting your career in your own hands. And I got a buddy, Peter, who I've never seen somebody work so hard. And he knows everybody in the business. He knows everybody's assistants' names. You know what I mean? Like he works his butt off. So I've always worked hard on my own, but surrounding yourself with people who are successful and who put their career as their focal point of their life, definitely rubs off on you.
It's so important. It's so important.
Yeah.
I hear from actors all the time, well, my agent isn't doing this, my agent isn't doing that, my manager is, and it's like, what are you doing though?
Yeah, totally.
Are you being proactive? Are you submitting yourself as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously they have access to submissions that we don't as actors, but you're, like I said, for me, it's very important to, if somebody is going to believe in me and take me on as their client, and I want to make them proud. I want to I don't want it to be I want it to be a give and take. I don't want it to be one-sided. You know what I mean?
And I like that you're in that to serve somebody who's put their faith in you rather than serve yourself.
Well,
think
I mean,
that's great.
yeah, thank you. It's serving everyone. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
my dream.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess maybe it's the Midwest mentality. But I
Mhm.
appreciate when somebody believes. You know what I mean?
Well,
So-
it's not an easy thing to find, especially in a town like LA or New York where there's
Yeah.
so much competition. It's hard to find somebody who is going to pick you out of a crowd and believe in you and take you on.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much about. I wish there was a class in college that taught the business side of acting.
Yeah.
I need to start that class. And
You
teach
should.
it.
Yeah. I'll be your TA.
All right, perfect. Kidding me? You'll teach the class. I'll be your TA. But I mean, really, it's so important. I don't know why it's not. And we're probably going to get an email later today from somebody that teaches a class in the business side of acting and says that I'm out there. But you don't see
Yeah.
it that often, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah,
it's,
I
it's
mean-
very important. It's almost as important as the art itself, I think.
It's true. That's like, you know, I've worked on certain projects where, you know, I'm working with people who went to like huge schools like NYU, and they're like, I learned more on this project than I learned in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No offense to NYU, because it's one of the greatest acting schools in the country. So,
Yes.
but you know, like there's nothing like being on set. There's nothing like the real experience and just getting in there and I mean, because that's the ultimate goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how you make it happen.
You got to be there. You got to experience. You got to see what's going on. Pay attention. I just worked. I'm working right now on my second or third stand-in project. I really knew nothing about being a stand-in.
Yeah.
But being on set for these few days, I'm learning so much. It's such an education.
Can you say what you're doing?
I'm working on a film, and that's all I can say. I think.
Cool.
And it's about a historical event.
Awesome.
Yeah, but a couple months from now, I'm sure I'll be blabbing about it
You're
constantly. on air.
Schwarzenegger's standing?
Yes, exactly. Yes, we have the same body type,
Yeah.
so it works out well. Of course, he's a little big now that he's out of office, so
Well,
he's gonna come here and beat me up.
that's okay.
We got another question on. Wait, that's okay. That's not okay.
That was a dick thing to say. I'm sorry.
We got another question for Tyler Barton. Okay, this is a halfway question, so I'm going to read the first half, and then when he tweets the second half, I'll read that. How
All
about
right, let's
that?
do it.
Or should I just wait till he tweets the second half?
You're the boss.
My university, with a very decent theater department, does not have an official niche for the business side. However, ... there's more coming. So
Okay.
I'm glad I did that just now.
Does not have an official niche for the business side.
Yes.
Okay.
But he might, what I think he's going to say, here it is. However, it relies on the skills of its professors who know the business pretty well. Yes, that's important. I don't know if they officially have a class, but if they're teaching that in any class, it's super important.
Very true. And that's the beauty of having knowledgeable professors that have experience in the industry, is that you can talk to them and soak up, you know, what they've learned over the years.
Yeah.
Their wisdom, you know?
Very important.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Tyler's a great singer at his university. He's doing really well over there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What kind of music can I ask?
I think he does opera.
Very
music,
cool. Very
which
cool.
is some of the hardest music ever to sing.
It's very hard. I actually I trained a little bit with an opera singer coach. I mean, I don't do opera, but
I couldn't either.
I could try. But
Yeah.
but you know, it's so many vocal techniques that are quite impressive.
Yeah, it's really difficult. If you can do that, if you're a Pavarotti or a Placido Domingo, you're
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you
Scotty.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Is there anything that you want to mention before we take off? Anything you want to tell our audience? Say hi to
well-
mom. Anything?
Well, my band's gonna be here next week.
yeah, I know.
So
You're gonna be back.
Yeah, so we'll be back, and we'll be playing some new tunes. We're getting in the studio in like 2 months, so a little less than that. So you guys will be the first to hear the new jams.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Find them
And
on Reasons B.
Yeah, and you know, you said give some shout outs. I want to
Please.
say Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Unc, Grandpa, Billy, my bro.
Love it.
And all my friends. You guys are great. There's just 2 of them, but still.
Well, you've got a lot of support from a lot of people, and congratulations on all your success.
I really appreciate
it.
It
Continues.
Thanks so
very
much,
cool.
and good luck to you. And
thanks.
It's great being on the show.
Hey, you'll be back next week, so looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Reasons be. Find information on Scotty at scottydickert.com. You can find him on Facebook at Scotty Dickert Actor. You can find him on Twitter at Scotty Dickert. And next week he's going to be coming in with his band Reasons Be. They're going to be playing some music.
That's right.
Yes. Until next week, I'm Brett Chapin. This is La La Land on LA Talk Live, and we will see you at the top.